Hi, Adam. How you doing? All right, let's see if I can get the guys on here. Okay. Let's see if I can.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm outside because my dogs are loud, and they want me
Uh,
to start barking.
I know. So any minute now, if my old girl starts crying, if she hears people talking, she'll start whining.
That's what my dogs do.
Yeah, she's a hot mess. So in the event that she starts whining, I might have to put her in a different room. But for the most part, I think we should be solid. But how are
So
you
once
this
one dog
evening?
barks, all of them start to bark, and I think we have about 10 at the moment. So
Mm, yeah, we have. It's just yeah, and it differs which one starts barking at what first.
yeah, it's usually the Grand Champion. I will say, sweetest dog out there, but once he starts to bark, the rest of the house goes.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah, and I think so. The old girl, I think she's slightly slipping into senility. Um, I don't really think that she sees incredibly well anymore. Um,
Okay.
Hearing, I think she's actually fine with the hearing. I just think she likes to ignore me sometimes. It's amazing what she does hear and what she doesn't. Seems pretty intentional, but when it comes to so when she starts barking at things, I don't think she's actually barking at things that she's seeing or hearing. Sometimes I think she's just barking to get the boys riled up,
Yeah.
and a lot of it is, and she's smart, so what she's gotten in a habit of doing is if the boys are laying in her spot on the couch, she'll act like she heard something, and she'll start barking, and they'll get up and be like, "Oh, I'll go get it! I'll go get it!" And
That's
then
so
she just
smart, honestly.
she's smart. She's crazy old bat, but she's smart. But I always found that funny because and they fall for it every time. Every time. You
That's
think they'd learn and be like, oh, she might not be barking at something. I think she just wants her spot.
Yo, what's up?
Bruce.
What's
How
happening?
you doing, Bruce?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Not bad, not bad. Just we're talking about how like one dog has a tendency to rile up the others
Yeah.
and like kind of if it differs, like which dogs, starts the nonsense. And she was talking how she has one that literally like just gets all the rest of them going.
Yeah.
And it's usually the vacuum. Like if they even just see the vacuum cord, the whole house is gonna lose their mind. And we don't know why. Because like when they're puppies, we desensitize them. But then once they're grown, they're like, I'm big enough, I could take this now. Like my dog Penelope will grab it by like its wheel and try to yank it under the bed. She's been around since her whole life.
Mm-hmm. That's yeah. I think that like I'm afraid of getting one of those like the robot vacuums because I think that Helios would try to eat it.
Oh
Adonis wouldn't care. He would sleep through it. Kai, I think, might like nudge at it and be like, "Oh no, I don't care." But Helios would actually try to probably eat it, and yeah, that'll never end well. So
Yo,
that's what I always
What's
say. My
happening?
girls will eat a vacuum. I'm shocked they
hey, before we start, Amanda, I want to give you some credit. You've actually been on time the last like 3 times. Very, very odd. Good job. I applaud you.
he wants to die
Hey,
tonight.
shout out to everyone that wants to send us gear. I'm actually wearing someone that actually it came in today. White River Monster Bullies.
that's a cool hat.
Daniel Winston. and his wife, Kelly, I believe. The Winstons, based out of Arkansas. Hey, thank y'all. Came in today. Yeah, man, really, really cool hat. Sent it to me, and he's like, "Man, just wear it on the live." I was like, "Shoot, gotcha."
Hey, it's more than one person that wear hats on the live. I mean,
Hey! Sounds like a lot of hating going on over here. I mean,
hey,
if they send it to one of us, they send it to all of us. I'll send it to you for next week.
That math ain't mathing, baby. That math just ain't mathing.
hey, look. Hey, that's not my style of hat anyway, man. You know I'm a visor man.
You are a
Yeah,
visor
man.
guy. Oh
I'm
my
a
gosh.
visor now.
Visor would be the reverse of what I'm trying to do, is like cover the balds. So that wouldn't really work for me.
Yeah,
Hey,
that'd be
look,
counterproductive to the
when
cause.
you hat on, man, he trying to copy Michael Higginson now. Because Michael Higginson wear his hat like this, you know, just like you got it.
Yeah.
I kind of like bend
Oh,
mine
like,
a little bit.
yeah,
Michael like that.
with this style of hat,
Just like
like
straight through.
it'd be a shame to crease it. Like it just came in, like
I
still
like
got
the
the
straight
stickers.
line.
I
I've
do
always,
on certain hats, and I like,
yeah.
depending on the hat, depending on the situation. Like this hat, like it looks better, bill the flat bill. So
You
I
know,
think so. Sean,
I've
what's
never
up?
worn hats to dress. Like,
Hey, and pull up or shut up shirt. I got the pull up or shut up shirt. Hey,
saw that.
2.0 coming. Hey, I got the tumbler for the Cinco de
It's all the
Mayo,
gear.
Candy Avila. So if anyone wants their
What's up?
gear, seriously, brand it out. We'll pay
Hmm.
for it. Just tell us, say
Right.
it to us, and we'll send you the address. Please send Bruce one, because if I wear one more thing without Bruce, I think Bruce is going to come through this and take it
Nah,
off my
man,
head.
I ain't like that. I'm just playing though.
Make
Don't
it
do
a
that.
visor so that Caleb won't even want it and then give it to Bruce. I think I had it figured. I think that's
Yeah, but it was
Oh
so
that way.
cool.
man.
After last week's live, he literally hit me up and he's like, "Hey, which hat do you like?" And sent me like all these different hats. But I'm sorry, Kate. Like I've taken up a couple minutes of your
You are
time.
You're good. You're fine.
Caleb Hush.
Oh, Kate, that's funny. All right, so Amanda, strike one.
We're setting the tone. We're setting the tone. We're
I
even.
thought I
We're
was getting
even
stressed.
today.
Okay.
Yeah, I like when the guests like go with me and they like laugh when I say that to her, but I see that roles are a little reversed tonight.
I'm going with everybody. Who's ever funny is funny.
I
Oh
love it. I
well,
love it.
welcome.
Thank
All right,
you.
Well,
Amanda, take it away.
well, Kate, this has been one of those ones that I was really hoping that you would definitely come on for us because we got a little very very small little taste of learning who you are at the Pull Up or Shut Up with a real quick sit down after you'd had I want to say it's a best of breed win.
Yes.
So I definitely, this was going to be something that's way more in depth than we definitely wanted. So thank you for doing this for us. Um, so we like to start off the show with you introducing yourself. If you have either a kennel or a business name, and then how you got into bullies and bully breeds in the first place.
Awesome. Yeah, I
Take
can
it
do
away.
that. I'm Kate Walker. I'm 18. I'm 19 in 7 days. Very excited. August birthday, so the
Happy
best
early
birthday.
birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
happy
you.
birthday.
I started out when I was around 13. I moved in with my aunt and uncle around that time. My uncle, Christine Eggerson, Chad Eggerson, Midwest All-Kid Bullies, taught me how to stack a dog. So I was like, this is fun. And then we moved to Auburn, Indiana, where we are now. And he was like, I have one dog. They gave it to me because I was really depressed. They were like, have a dog. And I was like, guess I got to stick around for the dog. So I stuck around for the dog. And I trained her to be a show dog. She knows multiple tricks, this, that. She knows everything. And I made him show her the first time. She was a complete ass. So the second time I handed him the leash and he threw it back. And that's just how I became a handler because my dog was a butt to my uncle. So since starting off, I started show when I was 16. Since then, I became a master junior handler in one registry. I've also become a junior handler judge in that registry as well as teaching other junior handlers. I have also, I did start my own kennel, which was Pet Squad. And Pet Squad's based off of my dog, Penelope, who was like my very first one. She's the go-to perfect little dog. In my opinion, she's the perfect little. So
Yeah,
that's
her
just like
dog.
how I started out and everything.
Her dog did not agree with that, apparently.
Oh, poor baby.
Yeah, she barked at it. That's awesome. So 16. So I love those startup stories, on how it got started, how the passion got started. So your uncle showed the dog first and then literally threw the lead at you and said, "Here."
because it was a
Let's
fun
see
show.
how
We
do.
went to a fun show. I was like, she got this, because I was too nervous. When I first started, I had really bad
Yeah.
anxiety, depression. I was a real like closed-in kid. So I made my uncle show. We got 2 second places. I still have the picture. We were so proud of those second places. And then we go to our first sanction show. I was like, Chad, show my dog. He was like, no, you got to go show your own dog.
Heck yeah.
I never touched the show ring then. So the first time, we make it all the way up to best of breed. I see this trophy like down on the ground in front of me. I'm like, we're gonna get this. And I thought it was an AKC show where the people don't look at their dog. And I tripped over Pep. I just tripped, and I remember crying. And I was like, screw that. We're just gonna keep going. And it just started falling into place since then.
Nice.
No, it's one of the we love watching the juniors a lot of the time because we watch them evolve, we watch them learn new things, and we know that they're going to take over when we're done, and that they're going to leave it better than they found it. And so it's folks like you who, like, even in spite of kind of having such a strange start, like you kept with it. And like when we saw you at Pull Up or Shut Up, I mean, you were just owning the ring. When do you feel like you kind of hit that stride where you develop the confidence to just go without thinking?
There was a show, I'm pretty sure, it was the Pope's Birthday Bash, the very first one I went to. And I remember my aunt was like, our boob's right by Paulina Gomez. For those who don't know, I'm like Paulina Gomez's biggest fan. I'll say it. She handled our dogs when she first started out. So my aunt's like, our boob's right by her. And I saw her for the first time. And I remember crying. I teared up because I was like, oh my God, Paulina Gomez, which is embarrassing to say now that me and her are good
Same
friends.
girl.
But I was like, oh my God, it's Paulina Gomez. And like, I started like, that was the first time I put myself out there, getting more clients. And she was like, you're going to do something. You're going to do amazing. And ever since that show, I just kept it going, because I may have had a hard start out in life, but it's just when I hit the ring, my anxiety was gone. Everything was gone. It was just me and the dog. And I remember when I became a junior handler, I just remember like everything being gone. It was just me and Pep.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I always got complimented on the judge. It's just the connection me and Penelope had, because we just went with each other.
And Penelope's the dog that you had with you, the shorty boy, yeah?
No, that's Zelda.
No,
That's the golden girl. Penelope,
that's
I
it.
don't think I brought her to that show.
I don't, yeah,
Penelope,
because I
she's
don't remember
4
seeing her.
now. She's somewhat retired. Like, there's one judge at BRC she loves, which is Alicia Halkey West. And I blame Alicia for this, for Pep's downfall, because Alicia scratched her butt once. And every time Pep sees a judge, she swears to God that judge has to scratch her butt. But Penelope's grand champs out and one registry. She has points in BRC. I'm hoping to bring her out in ABKC soon. But Penelope, she's a companion dog. We do agility, all of the
Yeah.
fun stuff with 4-H and everything. And,
What
I
breed is
just love her.
that? Did you say? Is that an American Bully or is that another
Yes,
breed?
Penelope's an American bully.
What
What class?
category? Yeah, what class?
She's a pocket.
Okay.
I love me a good agile pocket. Some pockets they're bulky enough where you're kind of question what they're capable of, but
Yeah.
one, like, watching one do agility is almost priceless. I think one of the
She walks
first
like a
times,
bunny, I will say. She'll get up
yeah,
to a jump. If she's not running, she just stands there and she just hops off her back legs like a bunny. There was one time at a show, like we're
you're gonna have
going
to
through
get
the
video of
tunnel.
that. You're
I
gonna
think I
have to
have, but I'll
absolutely
post
video.
it. I was
Oh,
trying to get her to
please
go through
do
the
video.
tunnel, and she hates the tunnel. And this is when, because I was our county queen last year, so I'm in a crown, a sash. I climbed through the tunnel, expecting her to follow me. She just walked to the other side, like, "Hey, mom."
It's
I
just
was
like when you're
so
getting
mad at
there.
her about that.
Oh
I
my
was
God.
so mad.
I bet that was very
There was
entertaining for
like
most people.
40, 50 people watching us.
Oh
And
yeah.
I was like, maybe if I go through, nothing.
That's like trying to get your dog to learn how to use the dog door, and like you're going in and out, and your neighbors are like looking at the
Oh,
window, like, "What's
Yeah.
wrong with this woman?"
exactly.
Oh my
That is
gosh.
hilarious.
Yeah, I remember one of the first times I saw a pocket do any sort of agility. I think it was Robert Lee had posted, and I don't know if it was Bistro.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been Bistro or one of his sons,
He
but
does
I
a
think
lot of agility with
yeah,
his
and it was
dogs.
just one of those things. Watching that little meatball move, I was like, "Dang!" So
Yeah.
that's when you start to trust the blood in that sense. But I would have loved to have seen. Yeah, if you have any video, Kate,
I
I'd
will
love to see it because
definitely post
that
them.
sounds.
No, Pep
Yeah.
knows about 10 to 15 tricks just because I was 13. I was bored. It was during COVID when I got her. So I was like, let's learn some tricks, sit, spin, bop it, call. Um, Anthony Pope actually added a best trick category to some of his friend shows because I would not stop asking.
That's phenomenal. That's when you know you're making an impact is when like the kind of the game itself is kind of evolving around to catch up to
Because
things that you're
I
personally
believe like
doing.
American Bullies, French Bulldogs, Shorty Bulls, these are such smart breeds if we can push them towards it. If your dog is high energy and everything, teach them some stuff. If you have a show dog, don't teach them sit. That's one of the one things I refuse to teach a show dog. Do not teach a show dog sit.
That's
I
right.
made that mistake and I regret it to this day still. I have not taught any more show dogs sit, but I was young when I
Yeah.
taught her. But they're
Yeah.
such a smart breed. There's so many dogs out there that can do scent work, agility, fight work. If we just take this breed, we can move it to a whole new level, in my opinion.
Well, I agree with you. I think that sometimes we limit it. Like we don't give the dogs enough credit and we kind of stick to confirmation. Now
Yeah.
there are a bunch of people out there that, like-minded with you, they want to push those limits. They want to see what these dogs are capable of. So they're doing other events, like taking them to UKC and doing performance or doing all American with AKC, doing the fast cat, the lure forcing, things like that. But man, I mean, the dock jumping, I mean, these dogs, when bred correctly, regardless of how bulky they may seem, if they're built right,
If they're
they'll be
built right,
right.
they can do so much.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
so look, so since you start showing at 13, how old was you when you won your first title, your champion
Ooh.
title?
My champion title. But Penelope, if I'm correct, I started showing at 16. I started like learning how to handle and sack dogs. I think I
Okay.
was still 16 that year when I champed out Penelope in one registry. And I remember just losing my mind because that whole time it's just me and Pep, nonstop working, this, that, begging my uncle. He'd be outside, just sitting outside talking with friends, like, Chet, is this leg right? And it just started going from there. It started off with Penelope, which is why Pep Squad is named Pep Squad, is because her name is Penelope, Pepperoni,
yeah.
and all of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Pet. I
But
love
I was
it.
16, and I remember like that was the start of something, and I kind of just got hooked from there.
Dang, it's
You said
addicting.
Amanda Hush. You said you're about to be 19 years old, correct? A
Yes.
week from 19, because you talk like you're like 30. And that's why I want to kind of
She,
highlight that again because, I know you said your age and I know your age, but have you ever met Chester Rose?
I don't think
Mm,
so.
meet
Follow
Chester Rose.
him. You and Chester are very, very, very like-minded. He could be a very, very good mentor. He's a mentor to everyone that he goes to shows with, but y'all could have
yes.
very intellectual talks about dog handling, dog breeding.
Okay.
Follow him. He's actually watching right now. Chester
Mhm.
Hi,
Rose, all
Kester.
respect to him. Yeah, Chester kind
Yes.
of every time he sees my wife, like he like gravitates towards her and he gives her a tidbit of information that helps her
Mhm.
in the ring. And I would just kind of overhear, and it's always very, very, very informative, very detailed. And the way your
Mhm.
mind works, it seems like it's very detailed. And you're about to be 19 years old, and you have this passion and this love of this breed, this handling, and it's just a lot of people don't really, that's kind of the age where people don't really know what they're going to do, don't really know what they're going to like or what their passion is in life or anything like that. Like you gravitated towards that at a very young age. And there's a question I'd like to ask too. I know you said that you were dealing with a lot of mental, like
Yeah.
depression, things like that, like when you got into dogs. What did the dogs do for you, and how well did that help you come out? Because obviously you came out of your shell, you came out of a dark place, and I'm saying that to praise you. Please take it like that. But how
Oh
did
yeah.
how did the dogs do with everything like that?
I mean, my story is I used to live in Arkansas with my mom and my stepdad. I had a very traumatic thing happen to me in seventh grade, and I was just completely broken, just in a shell. And me and my aunt, we went like 10 years without talking, and she moved to Hopkinsville, Kentucky, which was only 3 hours where I lived in Arkansas. So we got connected and everything. I stayed there for about 3 or 4 months before fully moving in with her. And it's just I just remember being so happy because we were out in the country. There's multiple dogs. And I've always been a big animal lover. I've always said I was gonna go to college to be a veterinarian, do this, do that. And I guess
Nice.
when
Okay.
I worked Penelope, because she has a floppy crop. Not many people notice at all, but I notice. And the story of me getting Penelope is that I was just talking with my aunt because I begged my mom. Ever since I was 5 to 13, I still put on a Christmas list that I wanted a puppy. It was still very on that list. And I just remember, my aunt was like, "We have this puppy who's crop flopped. We don't know if she's going to be a good show dog. Do you want her?" And I freaked out. I didn't tell my mother I was getting her at the time because it was the week before spring break. I was like, "I want this puppy. And it's just getting Penelope. I say she saved my life just because I wasn't laying around in bed anymore. I wasn't doing this. It gave me something to get up and take care and push towards. And she honestly saved my life. And just to start with that one dog just truly just pushed me. Because the dog who I didn't think was going to be anything turned out to be a grand champion, turned out to help other kids just succeed, brought me out of my shell. And I fully support if your kid wants a puppy, get them a puppy if they're responsible.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
absolutely.
Don't hide the fact from your parents if there's any kids. I did get in trouble, but I did also bring home said puppy. So
I,
Hey, so look, do you have like younger kids to reach out to you for training and like ask for advice and stuff like that?
I at
Because
dog
see, the
shows and
thing is,
stuff.
yeah,
At dog shows and stuff, like if a kid comes up to me, I've had one message me at the Louisville show. There was a little girl just
Nice.
like, I really want to get out there, but I'm too nervous. I'll let them use my Shirty Bull, my puppy, and I'll just teach them, walk
yeah,
them through it. I'm like, every lose is just another moment to succeed. That third place, that second place, that first place, you just got to keep pushing, keep going. Because kids are our future. I will say, once upon a time, I was the future, and now I am the future. I am
because,
100%.
yeah,
If kids want help, if or kids needs a dog to show because their family didn't bring one, they could take any of mine. I'm
mhm,
100% there for these junior handlers to support them.
Love it.
that's it.
and see, I'm glad you said that because I asked you that is because a lot of younger kids gonna be looking at you because you drawing attention to them. So I'm glad that you have the patience to help them out. You know what I'm
Oh yeah.
saying? So they'll look at you as an idol before they look at a older person. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Oh,
So hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, no,
I
that's awesome. A lot of junior handlers, they're striving for that attention, that spotlight because they're new onto the scene and they want that. And they're competing each other because they're junior handlers. But for you to take that time out and really educate, like again, she's a week from 19 years old, people. Like this is crazy. Just the level of thinking, the level of maturity, and what you're doing at shows and what you're doing for the community. You're a grass part of the community, and it's funny when you're saying, when I was younger, I'm just like, you're 18, but
my knees
but you
hurt,
have
Hey, look,
man.
hey,
but you
she tricked me,
my knees hurt. Imagine Bruce. Imagine Bruce.
man.
He's like, she's a junior? Because I
Love
mean, and the thing
Bruce.
is you're so
Hey,
well spoken
I
and
thought she
the
was about
confidence that
14
you
to
have.
15 years old.
Yeah, man. It's
It's you
crazy
get,
though.
yeah, you carry yourself in such a confident way that it always shocks people, that you're still 18, 19, almost years old. It just boggles the mind because you carry yourself like someone who has lived much, much longer. And, I love that about you because I think that's also why you're starting to have these other juniors kind of gravitate towards you,
Right.
is because of that presence that,
Like, mhm.
you are already ready for, to be a mentor to these other young up and comers. And that's a beautiful thing. Truly is a beautiful thing.
Hey, hey, look, let me tell you something
Chester.
funny. So look, I'm thinking she's still until tonight. All right. So I'm still thinking that she's 14, 15 years old, right? And then Amanda popped up saying we having her on the show. I said, she's not old enough to be on the show. I said, I wonder, did she get parental advice, from her
Did we get a
parents?
Do you
I
have a
said,
cookie?
she's not
chaperone?
old enough to be. And I, I didn't know I didn't know you was that old. I'm serious. You
There's been
blew me
time
when
where
you told me
judges
how
try to
old you
pull
were.
me into the ring for junior handlers. I'm 18. Like Herm's growing. He was like, Kate, why aren't you in the ring? I was like, Herm, I'm 18. He was like, are you sure? I was like, I'm
Listen,
pretty sure
homie.
I know what year I'm born.
Yes, you look younger,
Oh
but
man.
your mindset, your maturity, your level of intelligence is like a 30-year-old or plus. Like I've met 30-year-olds that don't
I'm happy I don't look
understand
30, I will
what you're
say.
talking about. Yeah.
Mm.
Like Amanda, for instance, like just to throw a name out there. Like when I talk to her, it's like, how old are you? Like,
Poor Amanda, bro. Poor Amanda.
He
I know.
wants to die tonight, Kate. I figured it out. Like, I think he's met his expiration date and he's just trying to just trying to collect on that. Like, actually, I think it's Nakai pushing him towards it. That way she can collect the money. I don't know if you're worth more dead than alive, but we're kind of inching in that general direction. We might have had that discussion. Um,
Oh my gosh. The
So
nerve of you.
let me ask you this. So I know you hadn't started an AKC yet, right?
No.
So do
But
you
I have
have
shown an
a
AKC
dream
actually.
to
I shown
you
Napoleon
have?
Mastiffs with Katie Morgan. Yes, in Louisville.
Nice.
what kind of
Okay.
breed?
So
Napoleon
look,
Mastiffs.
how do you feel how do
Wow.
you feel in that atmosphere?
I loved it. It was really nice because our show was at 8 a.m. And gosh dang it, if nobody was there, that show started at 8 a.m.
They
And
don't
that was
care.
such a weird feeling because usually my mindset, the dog show starts at 12. I'm like, cool, so we're starting at 2. Because that's how dog
Right.
shows are. They're never going to start on time.
Mm-mm.
We
But
all
Mm-mm.
no,
think that.
8 a.m. and
Yeah.
everybody was in the
It-
ring. And
yep.
it was a really nice environment. Everybody was super sweet. I loved all the stories they had around. I spent way too much money on treats.
Yeah, AKC and UKC, they are so
AKC got
punctual. It's
me.
painful. It's painful. The only thing I don't really that I find a little bit like irritating in certain instances is they like because it's a multiple day event. On one day, they always start with juniors, period. But then sometimes they start with guardian and then they go from there. And usually companion's the last one. So you're just like, well, maybe I can show up later, but you never know because I can't tell you how many times. Like it's actually happened to me twice now where I've gone to a UKC show and the lineup isn't like they change it last minute where they're like, just kidding. So
Wow.
companions are right after juniors. And I'm like, well, thank
So,
God I showed up
so
on time.
everyone show up
Yeah.
on time, pretty much, is their
A
mentality.
hundred percent. And I
Yes.
think they do
Yeah.
that on purpose to make sure everybody comes in on time because they don't want a lot of distractions when the dogs are in the ring with people coming in and clanking around with their crates and their, grooming gear. Because again, with all breed, you got a ton of breeds that require a lot of on-site grooming.
Those
So
poodles are
that makes a
crazy.
lot of noise. And so they want you in beforehand to get all those distractions kind of out of the way before the dogs have to start to perform. So
Yeah.
I get
Hey,
it.
hey, Kate, we got a couple questions in the comments too.
That's
What
why.
all registries
Yeah.
do you show for and are shown under, and what classes of dogs do you show or have shown?
I okay. I have shown in UWDS and BRCG, AKC. I am going to my first ABKC show. My folks just surprised me that we are going to Paulina's for my birthday, so I'm
Oh,
so
yeah.
excited because my
Nice.
shorty bowl only needs one more win over there. So far, I've shown so many breeds. Jesus. I have shown American Bullies, French Bulldogs, English Bulldogs, Shorty Bulls, Napoleon Mastiffs. I feel like this one more. I think Bull Terrier. I'm pretty sure I shown a Bull Terrier like one time. Mosquitoes are crazy in Indiana, but
Yeah.
it's like I'm with me, like just graduating high school and all. It was really hard to just like push myself out there and get myself going. And it's a crazy ride. I will say I am taking a gap year just to go travel, go show dogs, which sounds like a crazy thing to do, but it's life. You never know what
Hey,
you're
live
doing.
life. Live
Uh,
life.
Hey, so look, since you said that, so you're not gonna pursue college as being a vet?
I plan to. Well, at the moment, I'm gonna take online courses for a business degree.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
as soon as that, I do plan on either going to UND or Purdue
oh,
up
okay.
in Indiana for a veterinarian in medicine.
I I wanted to ask you that because it seems like you're gonna have a lot on your plate if you're traveling and showing and then trying to go to
Yeah.
be a veterinarian. I mean, that's twice that.
No, that's why I'm taking a
Yeah.
gap year just to see, if showing dogs is truly what I want to do.
Yeah.
Can
Okay.
I go with
Just
that
trying to
for
figure it out.
go with the flow?
That's-
Because I know there's smaller programs to become like a vet tech, but I want to be a veterinarian so bad. I've always just had a good touch with animals.
Yeah.
Love it.
you mentioned judging.
I like judging. I always like to judge more.
So what registry do you judge for in what categories again?
I judge UWBS and I judge for juniors. I am like learning how to be like more of a judge under Roger Pascal. I'm learning under him, mentoring. There we go. I've mentored under him a couple of times. I'm hoping to mentor under him more.
Hey, I just
Nice.
want to say this
Man,
again.
look, hey,
Hold on, hold on. I got this. Chester Rose. Again, I just want to make sure that you understand. Like Chester Rose, like he's very, very active in the comments right now. He has friends in Indiana. Y'all got to talk, and I'm sure that y'all are going
I'm
to. But I
down
just
to
want to make
talk. I'll
that
shoot him
point
a friend request.
again. All right, Bruce. I'm sorry, Amanda. I don't care about interrupting you, but I'm sorry, Bruce.
man, I forgot what I was about to say. Now you know, old
That
people, man,
age,
lose
that
their thought real
age. You
quick.
catch. I'm so sorry. You should have wrote
He
it down,
ain't,
Bruce. You
he
know you
ain't
got to write
sorry.
this stuff down, man.
He's not sorry.
All right, but hey, Kate, but
He'll
we did
come
have another
back up.
question. Stuart's actually asked it a couple times. What's your fee, and do you actually take dogs? What's your fee for show handling at shows? And then also, do you actually take dogs in and show them and get them ready to showcase, do the champion run as well?
I have not been asked to frick, what's the word? To like do a champion run yet. I would love to if anybody would like me to. I charge 40 per show and then 10 if
40?
it's left.
Okay, like it. Fair. And she is a wizard in the ring. Very, very, very good.
I mean, my
Um,
goal is, when I take your dog to a show, my goal is the connection me and your dog are gonna have. Because I wouldn't want to send a dog with the person my dog's not gonna like. Because there's been times where I've denied showing a dog because this dog is like timid or just like tail tugs fur up. I'm not gonna want to show your dog. If your dog doesn't have a good connection, we're not gonna be good in the ring together.
Right.
Like I won't put Penelope with a handler because Penelope only does good with me. When my other dogs can go with another handler anytime. Certain dogs like certain things or certain people.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know that my pocket's not gonna. He's not gonna show with anybody else. He might do it for Tonio because I know that Tonio ran him around a couple times, and he was responsive, which I mean I'm not 100% shocked at. But he was the only one. But my Adonis, actually, my big guy, some of my friends, their junior, ended up winning best junior handler at one of the Troy shows with
Oh,
Adonis, and I just proud mom moment. I was like, oh,
she was so proud. I think she
I,
started
I,
crying next to
I
me. I
did
was
cry.
like,
It was bad.
get yourself together.
I know,
Get
I was like,
yourself
cry.
together.
So bad, so bad.
Yes,
But it
but
was
Kate,
worth it.
so Kate, you're going to the ABKC show at the beginning of September. What else is your schedule coming up? What are the shows you're going to be at, and how do people get a hold of you?
People can get a hold of me through here. I'm also on Instagram. It's just Kate Walker. I don't have any other shows lined up for the month of August just because I'll be out of town from the 10th to the 24th. But anytime before that or after that time, I am available. It's just the matters of how to get to a show, how to do this and that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, October 11th, my wife is actually co-hosting a show with Candy Avila. So if you can make it down to Andalusia, Alabama, I know it's kind of a hike for you, but
I can
hey,
take a
Stuart,
bus.
Sean,
Kevin
come
Green
on
tells me
down.
not to take a bus, but I'll take a bus.
Take a bus. Come on down. It's going to be a
Yeah.
very, very good show. It's a very nice venue. We're going to go get the hotels, like really see where the hotels are close to the venue.
Okay.
They're really putting a lot of overtime. Sean and Stewart are actually going to be, um, what's that, for the XL show? What's that called? Sponsoring and judging the XL
Oh, yeah.
class. So they're coming down from Kentucky. Amanda, forget you. Um,
I mean, it's not my fault. It's not
I
my
could
fault.
not, yeah, got tongue tied. But yes, oh, there's my baby. Hey, Nakai. But yeah, come on down October 11th. It's going to be a great show. Andalusia, Alabama.
Insurance money, okay?
Hey,
Insurance money.
Sean just said they got spots for you, Kate. Like that's
John,
perfect.
I'm close to Louisville. I'm less than 10 minutes away. Talk to me.
That's perfect.
Any
Right?
chance I have, I will go
Do
to
it.
her
See,
show.
that's why we do this show. You make
Yeah,
connections,
that's
people
right.
learn
Absolutely.
things. Like I love it. I love it. Very good interview, by the way, Kate. Very good
Oh,
job so far.
thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Sean had a question for you, hon. He said, "What is the hardest size dog to handle, and what was the easiest in your experience thus far?"
Just because I'm a tinier person, an exo bully, like they're able to push me back some, I will say. Plus having like the right show leash. Just because with such a strong dog, you also need a good, strong show leash. The easiest one I will say is the shorty bull. My shorty bull is just very go with the flow. Others I've shown are just very go with the flow. But I love a good shorty bull, I will say.
I
I'm
love that one you
very
brought.
my girl, she's just like, what are we doing? Where are we going? And she
It's
just goes
so
with it.
cute. Oh my
I
God, that dog
love
you had a
showing the
pull up
bigger
with.
dogs. I love being able to show like pocket and up. That's one of my favorite things. But an XL is able to push me around and I just kind of push back and we get the job done. I have won best of breeds, best of winners, stuff like that with an XL before. I'm not gonna lie, it was very hard when it was a very big male. But he was very sweet. XLs are one of the sweetest dogs I've ever shown. They're like 120 pounds of just pure muscle, but pure sweetness, I will say.
Yeah, I
Yes.
agree. We all three of us, I'm sure, agree. We all breed XLs. We all show XLs. So if any of us disagreed, that would be weird.
At that point, you'd be like, "What are you doing?" You're like,
Yeah.
man. Oh no, absolutely. And I mean, and I love the fact that you don't shy away from either bigger or smaller dogs, even though you realize you're like, okay, well, I've had better success with this type of breed or the size of dog or whatever the case may be. I love that you're still like, no, I'm gonna go show this Mastiff. I'm gonna go show this Bull Terrier. Like, I love that you don't limit yourself. Like you're evolving and just opening your horizons. That says a lot about your character.
I mean, I would love to show, AKC, UKC. I would love to show more breeds. Like, I want a poodle. I don't know why I want a poodle. I really just want to
Which
play in
one?
its fur. I want a standard poodle.
Ooh,
Like a
yeah.
white standard poodle. That'd be like one of my dream show dogs to have.
Mm.
Or
They are so elegant. They're elegant AF, but they are smarter than most people, So you got to kind of have a one up on them too.
I
Mm.
cannot
Hey,
groom.
Mm.
I saw
very,
Jessica
very good
comment.
question
I cannot
by
groom, but I
Chet.
will learn. If I get a poodle, I will learn how to groom.
There you go.
I know how to cut
You're
nails,
gonna
brush
have to
the
learn.
fur.
You're gonna have to learn to
But
be
with
a
the
poodle.
poodle, I just want to play in its hair. Like, I'm not a huge fan of fluffy Frenchies, but if somebody was to like, do you want this? I'm gonna put bows in its hair.
You have lost your mind.
I'm just saying.
Oh man. Hey, who was
Mm.
that? What was the name that came on? We had her on, and she had to learn how to groom herself, and she just did it.
I
Who was
forget
Cece.
that?
who that did.
Cece,
Who?
Who
wasn't it?
was that? They said because she said she messed it up too a couple times or
I can
whatever,
groom
but
a
she
Oh, I
cat.
had it
think
I
it
right.
can't groom a
was.
dog.
Yeah,
I can groom a
it was
person.
CC Alberta.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I
that's
was like,
right.
I
That's
think
who
it
it
was
was.
Cece.
Yeah, that was
But
funny
I've never
listening
groomed a
to.
dog.
Yeah.
I've shaved a cat before. And if I can shave a cat, I feel like grooming dogs can be pretty easy because
That
I hate my
that's
hands.
terrifying.
I
Why
hate
did you
That's
my
shave a
hands
cat?
person.
What were you
She's a
doing to shave a
Persian.
cat?
very
It's like a Persian's
carefully.
like the flat nose breed. So it's like I'll give him like
Oh,
a line cut. And she tells me he has to have the boots with the fur. So I have to like shave like only a certain part of his leg and everything. And I hate that cat. She loves him. It's fine. I hate that cat.
oh my gosh. Hey, that's another person to follow
Yeah.
though. CC Alberta. Very, very influential with handling. Very good person to
Yes.
follow. You can learn a lot from her, like, and you could give her a lot too. It'd be a very good relationship. On Tuesday night, she's
Mhm.
actually at courses, I believe, and she'll actually tune
Yeah.
in normally later on.
Yeah.
But it's
Yep.
cool. What kind of courses is it or teaching does she do, Amanda?
So she does handling instruction, but also general obedience and agility. Like
Yeah.
she does a lot of different genres, but yeah, I think it's agility, obedience, um, and
She was working for the fire department too. They were doing like evacuation work or something like that with the dogs. Like it's search and rescue and evacuation. Like She goes into depths about it. But yeah, she'll probably tune
Yeah.
in here in a few minutes. But that's another person to definitely follow. I just want to make comment on
Awesome.
that.
I mean, any advice anybody has, I'd love to like learn. I'm the kind of person, if I see a bad photo of like how a dog and everything is like stacked or something that I stack, I'm gonna take that photo, and if I see something wrong, I'm gonna correct it. Or like with junior handlers, Sierra Gregory has been like a big role, big supporter with like certain
Absolutely.
photos. And if a junior handler's like, how do I stack an American Bully? I would like draw lines of certain dogs just to like show them,
Yeah.
like the certain parts and stuff, the name of this thing, name of that, because I'm willing to give advice. I'm willing to accept advice. That's just one of the things you have to learn in the dog world. So that not everybody's
That's right.
against everybody. It's a good
Oh yeah.
community if you put yourself in the right spot.
Absolutely. And good mentors can help you do that. So do you have any specific mentors? I mean, I know you've mentioned Sierra and Paulina, so we know that. Do you have any others that you feel
This
have
is
really
going to
had a?
be really biased. My biggest mentor is my uncle. I hate
Oh,
to say it, and
I
he's
love
very
it.
don't
I
proud.
love
need
it.
to say it. Say
He's
it
very
loud.
proud. If you guys know Chad Higginson, he's so proud. He's like, I taught her that. I'm like, Chad, I'm 18. He's like, I still taught her. That's my baby. No, but it's like when I first started, it's because he wanted dog photos. And he was like, no, you got to stack the dog like this. I was like, yes, I got to stack a dog like this. And I never thought stacking a dog for a photo would turn me into a handler, but it's like I'll bug him for every little second, every little thing, And it's like if I'm at a dog show with him, and I have two clients that have both made it to Best in Breed, I'm like, Ted, you got to come in the ring. And he's like, why you got me in the ring? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, just take the leash like he did me. I'm like, just take the leash and show the dog.
Yeah. Hey,
There's
there's
certain
CC
times
Alberta
where
right there.
There
CC,
she
Yes, she
is.
jumped
huge
in.
respect to you.
Checking in, baby. Checking in. We were just talking about you. We were talking about how awesome you are and your intro into handling and how not unorthodox, but how wild it was and just how fun it's been for you since then.
That was
We
perfect
also,
timing.
oh yeah. So Stuart has a fun question, and this I love this, and I hate that none of us
I
thought
seen that.
about this.
I
Biggest pet
seen that.
peeve, because you were
ooh,
talking about how like you never thought that positioning a dog for photography purposes would lead you into handling. What is your biggest pet peeve thus far about handling? Either
the
your own
leashes.
or like a dog
I'm
that's
I'm very picky with leashes, because there's different ones, different kinds. If your dog works good on a certain leash, that's fine. But I can't do the leashes where they're just all beads, because I'll bring like 5 different leashes to a show just because I'm very particular. Like I have calluses on the side of my fingers if I go show to show to show, just because I like my kind of show leash.
yep.
And some dogs work on the best thing, some dogs don't. I like a good chain leash, but I can't do the ones with all the beads or like where like they become loose so easily. I can't I can't do it, and I hate to say it. If that's what works for you and your dog, that's absolutely fine. It just does not work for me.
Yeah. And that's the thing though, is it's about finding your groove. And even Cece actually mentioned this, and Chester mentioned it as well, when they were going through some of the ways that they've helped people, advice wise. And it was is like making it your own and figuring out which leads, which material, which length is going to be your jam. Hannah said the exact same thing, showing you how to actually bunch up your lead to make sure
Yeah.
that if you need to extend it, you can just drop, basically let loose. And it was just one of those things where like it's important, and it's important that you make it your own. And I enjoy the fact that you know that about yourself, and you're just like, I don't like this specifically for this specific purpose. And that's really important to know, especially if you're going to be taking this gap year, and showing more dogs more frequently. I mean, you're going to need to be incredibly comfortable with your process and the materials that you're using. So
Oh
I'm
yeah.
glad that you've already kind of had that in mind.
I mean,
It's
it's
impressive.
just I've had leashes from different people. My favorite to go to is Jamie Lynn Lower. I mean, I work with her. She works with me. I message her way too often about a new show leash. That may be my addiction, is that I order
Yeah.
at least 3 new show leashes a year. But I tell it's better than drugs, guys. I swear to God, when I get my own house, I'm gonna have a show leash for every dog because it's better than drugs.
It's better than drugs.
Hey,
That's a good
it is.
excuse.
I
And a
love
good
it.
excuse.
Oh my
My
God, better than
gosh.
drugs. That's awesome. I mean, yes, I agree that that is better than drugs. And I
Don't do drugs.
don't
Obviously,
do
don't
drugs,
do
kids.
drugs.
Don't do drugs. Buy leads, buy show leads. Just don't do drugs.
Yes. Hey, we have a good question. Malik Thomason. I appreciate you giving it in. He said favorite age to start training dogs to show, and I'm guessing that's obviously the dogs of the or the age of the dogs to really get the handle on them before we start showing them.
I like to start, I always think the younger the better if that's what works best with the dog. I refuse to work with the dog till it has all 3 ends of its shots. I won't work with a dog that has no shots and any shots. But I think I started working with my Frenchie when she was 3 or 4 months. Because I just think because younger dogs are going to grasp onto this idea quicker. It's where adult dogs have already been through so much. Been on a collar, been on a harness. Things that could cause them to pull. When you start them younger, start them on a show leash, they're not going to pull as hard or anything. They're not going to fight you on it. They're like, "Oh, what are we doing? Let's learn this new thing." And that's just my opinion. It's just the younger, the better.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's I do enjoy watching people like they'll post videos of them stacking puppies on stack racks, and it's one of those things that it's like, dang, you're starting them real young, and then oh, that's how to do it.
Yeah.
I think I started stacking. We have a Spotify grandson. He's off of Camber Spawn Rolling 40 shooter. I started stacking him on the table. Like I would lay out like a blanket or something, start stacking him at 6 weeks.
Dang.
And he took it. He was like, cool. I gave him hamburger and he was just happy with it.
Yeah. Heck yeah. I
That's
agree. Like the younger the better. Small sessions and they're gonna remember it.
Small
It's gonna be
sessions,
very, very
praise the dog. You want to make this a fun experience. So when they go into the ring, they're like, oh my God, it's going to be a fun time. Hi, Nick.
yeah.
My neighbor is a Great Dane, but if I don't tell him hi, he just keeps barking.
I love
I
it. So
love him though.
that's your neighbor's dog.
Yeah,
Heck
he's a
yeah.
he's a big loud bark, but
I
I
love
see the
it. So
comment bait or no bait.
yeah,
It depends on what kind of bait, I will say. I like to work with bait just for like the sit work and everything, just because it's and dog club and 4-H is a certain way you can hold it with your hand, so the dog doesn't immediately just take it. Because I don't feed my dogs the day of the show, just so they're more into it. There's been times where I've brought like hamburgers, I've cooked chicken before a show and something, and I've just like shoved it in my mouth. And my aunt's like, Kate, do you need a treat? And it grosses her out every time. I don't eat the dog treats. I don't eat
it
them.
sounded like that. I'm
I
not gonna
don't.
lie. It kind of sounded like that.
I don't eat them because the first time I ate,
Unless I get
because my
hungry.
aunt
It's only
not
told me
gonna
like
happened
be
where
the
the dog
judge
twice.
of
treats ate,
this.
I just pulled it out of my mouth.
Oh, honestly, that's one thing that really kind of when I see that, I'm just like, ugh, like there's so many handlers and it's so
But
it
like,
just
listen, but like
happens.
the freeze dried ones, it makes them smell better, and it's disgusting. They do not taste good, but it works. I will say.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
Sometimes, yeah, in desperate times, man. I'm telling you, it's man.
Yeah, Nate main event is hilarious. I started stacking Teddy at a week and a half. I didn't see you over here, Nate. And yeah,
Aw,
I haven't
it's
put them on a bra
let's
yet,
see, they
Chester.
don't
I haven't done that.
what?
Chester said, "Are they put it in the bra?" I haven't done that one actually.
Yeah, I would no.
I don't. I don't know, man.
I
yeah,
mean,
I don't know.
some people can pull that off, and others, it's just no, man. I'd rather not.
I mean,
I
I
mean, I'm
like a
sure
treat
Caleb can handle
pouch.
it,
If I
but
could fit a treat pouch on my dress or jumpsuit, I like a treat pouch. But it's
yeah,
also sometimes they don't work out, so it
I
goes
guess
in
that
the mouth.
I guess that is harder for a woman. I never really thought about that. Like men, normally we're wearing pants, so it just goes in our pants. But I
yeah,
guess
you have
that's
like
why
12 million pockets. Women have almost like no pockets.
We
Like
have
we have
no
to
pockets.
no, like a
zero
normal pair of
pockets.
jeans with two pockets. I don't know. 2 pockets. But anyways, but I see that's why a lot of wear them like the fanny packs and things like that to be
I
able to
do
have
like a
that.
fanny pack, I will say. If it's a fanny pack or a treat pouch, I do prefer a fanny pack.
So does my
Yeah.
buddy Nate. He's always got a fanny pack on, like in his personal life. Yeah,
Oh, I can't wait for his
just wanted to
retaliation.
put that out there.
I can't wait for him to get you back, man. This is going to be beautiful.
Oh my
His
gosh.
retaliations are always the best because they're always so visceral.
No, but
And
like
he's
usually when I'm showing, I'm in a pantsuit, a dress, and flats. So I never
yeah,
have pockets. So I'm like, dang it, I wish I had pockets in every single outfit, but I don't.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. That's the accolade. Like whenever we're talking amongst other women, we're just like, oh, that dress is lovely. Where'd you get it? And they're like, oh, so wherever. It has
It has
pockets, and we all
pockets.
like, yes. Oh my God, it's hysterical.
It's such a great
And that's how
feeling.
desperate we are. It's so sad.
Because
That's
I do
pockets.
gadgets and everything, and it's such a nice feeling. But I can just stick my hands in my pockets. I have a phone. I got like $20 in the other pocket. It's just great.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, y'all don't y'all's pocket game is strong. We don't got a lot of pockets in anything like ever. Like you have 20 pockets in one pair of cargo shorts. You guys, yeah, we miss out on the pocket game, so we have to get pretty creative.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Corey said that, the liver always falls out of his bra. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
That's great.
I don't
Oh, this
expect
makes me
anything
so
less from
proud.
Corey.
Me
Hey,
neither.
incredible judge. Huge respect to him and Nate. Both
Absolutely.
honorable judges in BRC Global. Both of them very,
See, when I
very,
first
very
met
good.
Nate, I didn't know he was a judge, and I was like, wow, that's a really pretty dog. And then I had to show against him.
Kano.
And then once people started telling me this guy was a judge, I freaked out. Because I was like, what do you mean I'm going up like against a judge? But it was a wonderful experience. Very awesome
That's
guy,
great.
very sweet guy. But when I first met him, I was like, that's a really nice dog. Because I'm going to recognize your dog if I suck with names.
Seriously. I
What's
mean,
up,
yeah, the
Lynn?
names of people, faces of people, yes, but dogs, yeah, absolutely. And yeah, you're absolutely right. His dog Kano is show stopping.
Yeah.
I
Love
love
Hey,
Kano.
no,
Kano.
no, don't let him out, baby. Hey, we also have a good question too. Chester Rose asked, "What other breeds are you considering?" I know you said poodle, and you went over the breeds that you've handled, but
I
what other
love a
breeds are you
good
considering?
poodle. I
Oh,
do plan on sticking with Shorty Bulls. Me,
Clay.
Jason Stola. Big announcement: I have a Shorty Bull puppy coming. Very excited about that. She just got her crop, so she'll be out in the ring soon. My dream breed, and this is completely different. I would love to do protection work with a giant schnauzer. I don't know why I love giant schnauzers so much, but I really want one of those.
they majestic.
They're beautiful.
Super, super majestic. Yeah, they're a lot, but they're gorgeous. They're definitely a beautiful animal. They just
Hey, Chester made a good point. He said, "Don't never worry about who's in the ring," and then Corey came right behind it and said, that's what is it? That's the comp that makes you better and better.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, I mean he
A
gave me
Oh
better
yeah.
great
handler, a
advice
better
and
Yeah,
helper.
yeah.
stuff.
You have
I
to
saw
any
how he stacked his
absolutely.
dog in one show, and I started fixing my dog the same way. Because it's when I first began, and I was like, "What are we doing?" And then I talked to him. He's like, "Yeah, I'm a judge at BRC," and I'm like, "Okay." So I started like focusing more, because
Oh,
like
Yeah.
definitely.
when I first started, I stood by the show ring 24/7, just to see how people were stacking an XL, a pocket, a standard. Because it was just like key to eye. When they came out the ring, I asked every single question. When I'm in the ring with a judge, if I get second or third place, I'm like, what can I do to make my dog better in the end?
I love that.
Oh,
Yes.
The
by the
humility to
way,
go up to a judge and then the intelligence that you get leaving that ring, you know what to work on.
Yeah.
A lot of people leave there upset, things like that, but to go up to see, like, what did you see that I didn't? Because obviously I'm handling and I'm not judging. Yeah. So good on you
absolutely.
for that.
Definitely, definitely. Cece, by the way, Kate, she said that she's shown poodles and giant schnauzers for years. Her first show breeds, actually. So definitely, if you're interested in kind of adding that to your repertoire, she's definitely the someone to
Those
talk
are
to.
like the two
Chester
breeds
as
I
well. He's
really want to
also
show.
handled those. So
Those,
absolutely, that's going to be
um,
I'm excited for you two to start talking. It's very fun.
Yes,
I'm
both of
excited to
them
start
with
talking to
CC
everybody.
and Chester.
Oh,
Like,
Chester and PC. Oh my
imagine the
gosh.
conversations that are going to take place. Like, I can
To
I can
have,
see it. Hey,
yeah.
we have a good question, Amanda Hush. Sean Falella said, for a dog who is at the first shows to get used to the atmosphere, people of the dog's loud noise, do you ever use CBD to a dog to calm her in small amounts?
It depends on the anxiety at home, because it also depends at the age you're going to start them. Because I started my dogs when they were very young. I started at home with like a loud vacuum, loud music playing, speakers. You want to get them used to that loud noise and everything. But then also when I'm at a show, after like, I like get my dog used to like certain loud noises. Work with just walking around with your dog, being able to pass other dogs and stuff. Because if you want to have a show dog, they have to be used to every single little noise that's going around. Walk them near a busy road so they hear the loud cars and stuff. Because the more you desensitize an animal, the less likely its anxiety is going to be. If you have a very anxious puppy, I would suggest using CBD, Benadryl, stuff like that. But it's also if you start them off young, that anxiety is not going to follow them.
Agreed. Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you have a tried and true either place or method for socialization?
I live near a busy road since I live right by the high school. So like I'll walk them up and down that road once school lets out. Because
Nice.
then it's lots of cars, lots of traffic. We'll walk up and down that. We'll walk down by the river so they can hear like boats and all going by. It's just like the little things. Because like every little single step is going to do so much better. Praise them when they don't immediately like panic or coward because a loud car went by.
Right.
You want to bring that good positivity with it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Chester has a recommendation. He's saying that he can see you with an Afghan hound.
I love Afghan hounds. I could do that. I love Afghan hounds.
Gorgeous animals. They're so pretty. They're
Oh.
so pretty. Woo, that's a lot of fur though. Woo, that's like having an Irish setter almost, except for more fur. And longer legs, significantly longer legs.
See, the main problem is this. I've always wanted a corgi, but then I know I couldn't handle a corgi because I've had a fox. It's just tiny little legs, and when they sit down, their butt just goes in the air.
Man, corgis are, they're just,
Corgis are
woo.
tiny. I own my family owns 3 Frenchies in total. I own one of them. That's the only Frenchie I'm ever gonna own because he is crazy. Nobody warned me when I got a French bulldog that they were gonna be crazy. I thought it was rumors. French bulldogs are crazy.
They're people. They're a little
He
neurotic.
screams.
They're a little neurotic.
She screams. If I have a friend over, she'll start screaming her head off. And they're like, "What was that?" I'm like, "That's just Ponyo. She's okay. Ponyo's gonna scream."
Corey actually, his, so he has a Frenchman named Mojo, and Mojo's quirky, very quirky dog. Actually, all of their Frenchies have their own very, very distinct personalities, and they are all super funny and super goofy and very quirky. So yeah, they are all very different. Like you can sit there and be like, oh, they're all this or all that, and it's absolutely not true. All Frenchies are incredibly different, but they're all, I would say they're all a little slightly neurotic, just a little bit.
Yes,
A
they are.
little bit.
Um,
Man.
what was his name? To Chester's question, a pin broke. So which kind of corgi? A pin broke. I know the answer to that one.
Yep. I could, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, another good question, Sean. Hey, me and Sean. Sean is one of the coolest dudes out there.
Mhm.
Like me and him talked for like 3.5 hours, like the other day. Like really, really good conversation. But that's just side note on this. But he asked a question: do you use anything for the dog to get better grip on the flooring at shows? Example, hairspray, or maybe something else you may recommend?
I use flannel hairspray. I will say, just a can of just good lasting hairspray. I'll grab it out my pageant bag. You spray it on each paw. I give it a second to dry, so like when, because I don't immediately spray it as soon as we go in the rain, because then their paws are still wet and they're gonna slide. You want to give it a second to dry off as well. But that's just plain old hairspray.
Yeah. No, good question because yeah, a lot of shows, if they don't actually have the mats down, things like that. I know Tone actually came out with those very like grip mats that he uses for his show, which are great. A lot of show hosts, unfortunately, don't use them. It's like black paper they use, really.
It's like
So
it's roofing paper.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
9 times out of 10, it's roofing paper.
Well, like I
Which
said, it was black paper.
yep.
So, but yeah, so the hairspray definitely helps with grip, things like that, you know, especially going around like Troy, Alabama, for instance. If you don't have hairspray in your bag or something along the lines to really help with grip, it's very, very difficult to build a grip on that.
Yeah.
But
Be
I suggest,
sliding.
working with your dogs on like other surfaces. There's like certain things because you want to get your dog used to every single surface. Because when you put them, if they're only used to working on carpet and stuff, their feet are gonna slide if you don't use anything on.
Lose confidence like that.
Yes, they're just gonna start sliding out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So always work concrete, grass, rugs, hardwood floors, gym floors, even
Red dirt.
red
Like there's
dirt.
some,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that was I always recommend that, like, if you're going to a show in a venue you've never been to, ask all the questions. That was one thing I caught onto when I started going to UKC, is that I look at the venue and I make sure that if it's a dirt arena, that helps me know what I need to prepare him for, what I need to prepare myself for, because that does change what I wear shoe wise.
Uh-huh.
Um, and it changes whether or not, like, how short I want their nails. If it's dirt, I'll let them go just a smidge to get a little bit more traction. Obviously, if it's hard floor, trim them short and make sure that you treat the paws before going into the ring. Not like right before, but a little bit.
Okay. See, I haven't worked in a dirt arena. I want to, but that was good advice. I'm gonna take with that.
Just a
Yeah.
smidge longer, not a lot, because you don't want them dragging, and you don't want to. But
Okay.
just enough to get some traction. Because if they're too short, they're just gonna slip on those paws on that dirt.
And then what you wear too, like to find out what the arena is. You know, if it's red dirt, wear a different color to go with the dog, but not to overpower what the dog's actually, the coat of the dog that you're showing. So yeah, it's very, very good info to know all about the arena that you're showing
Oh
in
yeah.
before you go into it. But Amanda, that was very good about the longer nails and the red dirt. I didn't think about that either. And then Corey made a good tidbit. The shorter the nails, like in hardwood floors, to make sure that the hairspray is actually sticking and
Mhm.
the claws aren't clawing.
Oh yeah. I don't know. It's just like a dog's gonna like drag their feet more if their nails are longer.
Yeah.
And that's like one thing. Like I'll bring down clippers to a show, and if your dog's nails need clipped, I'll help you out. I know some dogs hate having their nails clipped. For example, my dog hates it, but I just pay $20, and I hate that I have to pay that since I've had her since she was a puppy. She screams. She'll try to eat everybody. I take her to the groomer. She lay
Murder,
there. She's like,
bloody
"Here's
murder.
my paw. You can do whatever." I'm like, I've had you since you were born. I saw you be born. Why?
Yes.
But I love all of my dogs equally. All of
So how many
that.
dogs do you have, and what
I
what breeds
I
do you
own three.
have?
I have an American Bully, a French Bulldog, and a Shorty Bull.
Okay, so your
So you
program,
have
what's it
three.
called again, and what all breeds are involved in your program?
With Midwest Hoghead Bullies, we have American Bullies, French Bulldogs, English Bulldogs, and a Shorty Bull. We only have one Shorty Bull, and that's my baby. That's who was at the Louisville show, just prancing around doing her thing. I have another Shorty Bull coming, but that's just another female. So when her time comes, we'll start talking about breeding her and stuff when that comes. But for now, we're just gonna take her on a champion run.
Nice.
That's exciting. That's exciting. Corey also followed up with some advice when it comes to dirt arenas. He says that you definitely want to keep um, a moist rag, to wipe off the dirt from their paws, periodically, but also to keep the dust away from their flares, their nasal flares. So
Okay.
that way, yeah, because you don't if they start sneezing, they're not going to gay. It's a bad deal, and we also don't want them to breathe it back in and to get sick. So.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, Jesse has a question. Are you looking to take on more dogs, or are you at capacity?
I'm gonna answer this for my aunt and uncle. We don't have room for more dogs right now.
Years, you're right, Adam.
The
Shut up.
amount of times I show them a puppy, I'm like, please. They're like, Kate, we don't have room. We're trying to rehome just a couple of our senior dogs, like our senior bulldog. We have a senior pocket boy, because they're 5, they're 6. They've done their thing. They've been loved on. They're good at cats, dogs, all of that. But we love to see our dogs, go out into a good home with kids, go get pup cups and stuff, because they do that with us. But when you have so many dogs, we would love them to find an old lazy couple just to lay on a couch with. Something everybody should want with all of their dogs.
Yeah, you're right. It's hard to go to Sonic or anything that does the cut pups and be like, "Can I have 16?
Yeah,
Can I have
I
16
just
pup
buy a
cups to
can of
give to
whipped
my
cream at
dog?"
home.
Can you imagine working that day? Oh my God. This crazy lady and her 16 pup cups. My God.
Oh gosh,
Oh, Sean. Oh, Sean's pumping these questions out, man.
he is.
I'm digging it. He says, besides bathing, trimming nails, and then cleaning teeth and ears, what are some other things that you recommend to prepare for a dog's appearance for shows?
That's what I do since I just have, short-haired breeds. With appearance wise, I bring a brush to shows. I'll spray them down and stuff, make sure they're all nice and clean. Because no judge wants to smell a dirty dog. I would not wash my dog, the day before a show or like the day of the show and bring a wet dog to a show because that smell's just gonna linger.
Yeah.
And that's one of my biggest pet peeves is having a dog that smells. But it's just like doing that. I prefer to work my dogs, the week coming up to the show. Just so if they forgot anything, if there's any errors we need to fix, that gives us a bit of time so we're not just fixing it in the room.
Yeah. Do you clip whiskers?
I
Ah,
clip whiskers on my short evil. I
Okay.
don't on my other breeds, but on my short evil I do.
any
Why do you do
particular
it on
reason?
the shorty bull? Yeah.
Jason Scola, he was like, I always clipped her whiskers, and it honestly makes her muzzle just look like more like smaller, because the whiskers just like give her such a long look. What I use, I don't remember her name. I had a lady at a dog show who noticed Zoda had whiskers. She goes, "Can I cut them for you?" I was like, "Yeah." She uses a horse whisker trimmer where you just take it down to their face, and it was
Yeah,
like
it's like a small
$5,
piece
and
of
I
plastic with a
never do
blade in
that.
the middle, and you're just
Yeah,
like, shoot, 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 just rubbing it on
and
their
it
face,
scared
and
the
you're
crap
sitting there
out of
like,
me because I didn't know how to do it. So she just sat down and did it for me, and then gave me one. It's just with my shorty bull, I do prefer her not to have whiskers. My
Yeah.
French bulldog doesn't really have super long whiskers,
Hmm.
and I don't think Penelope would be still for me to clip her whiskers.
Yeah. Yeah. Some dogs are like, "Whoa, whoa, what are you doing? What
Yeah.
are you putting in my face right now? Like, this is
oh,
new."
for the fur in between the paw pads, like you can use a trimmer. And I actually have one in my dog show bag. It's like this little tiny purple electric trimmer where that's actually what it's designed for is for the fur in between paws to get that.
Oh.
And yeah, you make it real weird with these dogs sometimes. Like I know that Adonis, his fur doesn't grow in between his paw pads like almost at all. And then Helios, I have to trim him to keep him from slipping because his fur in between his paw pads grows way longer than any dog has ever had.
Okay.
So it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not to
But no,
that.
I like that. I think everyone's got their bag of goodies that they take to shows, and I like that question, Sean. It's very, very informative because yeah, you need to have things that are properly, readily available to
Mhm.
showcase a dog at its best presentation. So there's so
Uh,
much that goes into it. People don't realize, like the grooming, the showing, the late night things that you do the night before the shows, and then the day of the show, the
oh,
grooming.
And like
definitely.
I bring a whole tote. I have a bag full of dog treats. I have a bag full of all my dog stuff and my booth stuff. And I know
Yeah.
that may be overly extreme, but that's what I bring. That's what I prefer to bring because I'd rather have too
Ask
much than
Caleb
too
about
little.
my bag that I bring.
Amanda
And
Bring
brings
a
a
Oh
you
band-aid.
tell
I
me
bag.
need a
what is
band-aid.
you don't even
extreme
have
or
to
Amanda
have
not.
a
bringing a
dog.
dog. She'll have everything laid out. It was actually Kate. It was actually you
I
that pulled
needed
up her stuff.
band-aids.
Oh, that's
Yes.
right. Oh my God.
And she was like
I'm sorry if I
rejoicing
acted
over
excited
there
that you needed a
that
band-aid
you
and
were
like, oh, I hurt
bleeding.
myself.
I
I need a
walked up. I
band-aid.
was
And I was
like,
like,
"Do you have any band-aids?" And he'd be like, "Oh my god!" Finally, somebody asked me about the first aid kit, and I
Yeah,
was
she didn't
like,
even ask you if you were
"Cool."
okay. She was
no,
just
I'm
she was
just
just
excited that
celebrating before.
Because somebody
Nobody
needed
had
something in
Band-Aids.
my
They were like
bag that
waterproof
randomly
little
made its way
slippery
in there a week
gloves.
before. Like I was just like, yes, I knew I would need this one day. Like, so stupid. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Hey, another thing that we kind of touched on, which besides Amanda's bag, but the show hand, the leads, the proper lead for the proper dog that you're showing. And shout out to Teresa Gonzalez, because if she's there, she's gonna get you right. But the proper lead for the proper dog, whether you need one that's gonna give you a little more leeway, you know, a little more tug where they feel it. Just to add that to that bag, just make sure you have the proper leads for the proper dogs that you're handling that day. And I'm not talking to you, Kate. I'm just really talking to the
Yeah.
audience because I know that you're well aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
Had to shout out my girl Teresa.
Oh man, yeah.
I
And she
love
makes
her.
so many different styles and
She's so
obviously length
sweet.
and everything. And that's her jam, is making sure that like by the end of the transaction, like you are comfortable with the lead, the dog is comfortable with the lead. Everything's gonna perform the way it needs to. So yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Sean, another great point, especially with the time of year that we're in right now. Alcohol, lemon juice, clear Pedialyte, extra towels in bulk. I don't think
Always
we hit on
bring
that
stuff
enough.
if your dog gets overheated.
Cool down kit.
Always,
Yep.
always, always. Because if you just throw your dog in cold water, that's gonna shock his body.
Yeah.
You know, if you bring the stuff, you have to know how to use it as well. You know, because
Yes.
you can't just squirt a little bit of lemon juice. You want it to hit the back of the throat.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain things that people need to learn with heat exhaustion dogs, or dogs that are overheated. Because so many
Mm-hmm.
people, they bring this stuff, but they don't know properly how to use it. And there's been so many
Perfect,
times where I
Kate.
see a dog's just tongue just, and I just slide
You're
in.
right. And we don't talk about that enough. Everyone says to bring it.
But
Tell
not
us how to
everyone knows how to
properly
use it.
use it and
Right.
how to properly use each thing and why we bring each thing.
Mm-hmm.
Lemon juice is to break up the saliva, the spit in the back of the throat. When you use
Yep.
it, you want to hit fully in the back. With alcohol and stuff, I spray on the paw pads and on the stomach, because that's where heat's mainly going to go in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you use that. You don't, when your dog's overheated, if it's at home and you have access to water, don't just throw them in super cold water,
Oh,
because
nope.
that will
Body
shock
goes in
your
shock.
dog. That will make it worse. You
Yeah.
know, you want to level it. You know, it's going to take a minute to bring your dog back. These aren't magical things that are just going to make
Not
it
immediate.
pop back to normal. Your dog's going to
You
be tired.
gotta,
You got to watch the signs out for heat. You know, the curl tongue, purple tongue, just long panting and stuff.
mm-hmm.
You know, there's certain
And
signs. If you're going to dog shows in the summer, you have to be well prepared for these breeds.
absolutely. Making sure you know to move the tongue out of the way, to clear the airways. And you do have to consistently like work on the dog. It's
Oh
not just
yeah,
one of those, let's wipe some alcohol under its armpits and, and in between its paw pads and groin and everything and squirt some lemon juice and just pray. No, I mean, you're going to have to keep at it, making sure you keep the dog calm, trying to keep yourself calm. That's probably one of the harder things to do. Because a lot of these dogs, their body goes into like an overheat mode because of anxiety. They've basically
Yeah.
sent themselves
Yeah,
into that mode. So you
it
got
will
to
cause
calm
it.
them down and
Exactly.
cool them down now. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. So it's definitely one of those things that, just like you said, it's like you could bring all the stuff if you want to, but if you don't know how to use it, it's not going to really do any good.
And I bet 2 out of 10 people really understand that about the lemon juice, that it breaks up the mucus and allows them to intake that. Because a lot of people don't realize that. They don't realize what the lemon juice is really for.
right.
And you're right. It's got to go straight to the back of the throat, break up that mucus because that's clogging the airway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and a
So
lot of
very
people
good point.
they try to just kind of like, oh, let me feed my dog a bunch of water. That's what they need. That's what they need. It's like, no, 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 negative.
And like I
No,
said,
I mean,
unflavored Pedialyte. Once you
mhm.
regulate their body temperature, you got to regulate that before you start putting fluids. But yeah, give them some Pedialyte, just like with humans. Give them electrolytes back, and really start to hydrate them back again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So great tidbits, great info. A lot of good info passed on this live.
yeah. And I highly recommend. It doesn't matter whether or not I mean, you could just be taking your dog to the farmer's market or to Lowe's or whatever. Just if your dog is with you, always have that cool down kit. If you know that your dog has anxiety, also still bring everything. It could be wintertime. I don't care how cool it is. If your dog starts to panic, some of that stuff might actually come in handy regardless. So just cool down kits are one of those things that you just really need to have anyways.
Yeah. Hey, Sean, another great point. Clear saliva
Sean
is
makes
okay.
amazing points.
He does. The white foamy is when you need the lemon juice, squirt it down every few minutes to clear the airway. It's going to break down that mucus, that mucusy foam, and it's going to clear the airways. Like you said, the clear saliva, that's okay. That's really just them panting water and things like that out. But the
Or touch
clear
the foam.
saliva, that's, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the white foam. And then you have to worry about, aspiration. So it's like you need to break that down as soon as possible before, I mean, it's not even just just to clear the airways, it's to prevent that from causing later on, I believe pneumonia is usually a byproduct of that.
Yes, it is. All that
So,
saliva being sucked in, exactly.
I mean,
And
there's
if
been
y'all ever,
times like I've worn a glove and just like swiped out like mouthfuls of saliva.
yeah,
And I hate to
no,
say that
that's,
because it sounds really gross, but once you're a dog person for so long, you do anything to save a dog.
Yeah.
yeah. No, that's smart. Like it's advancing the process of it. Get as much out of the way so you can
Yeah.
really get to the point of where it needs to be fixed. Yes, and if y'all ever see Amanda out and about, it doesn't matter if she's at work, it doesn't matter if she's at a show with or without a dog, she's got it. One
She
time she
got it.
started panting really hard, so I got the lemon juice. I accidentally squirted it in her eye and she came back. I'm joking. I'm just joking.
Oh, she ain't laughing at all about that,
I
Caleb.
know, Bruce. I'm
was
glad
that
someone
before or
did.
after I choked you with a slip lead?
Yes, her and
Was that
Kate were
that
like,
time?
all right, dickhead, shut up.
Hush, Caleb.
Oh my gosh.
Also, a fun thing, and Kate, I don't know if you have any of these, but if you don't, I highly recommend that as well. Is you can get them off of Amazon, relatively inexpensive, and I'd buy multiple. But they're the type of towel that all you have to do. It doesn't matter what temperature the water is. It's just
Okay.
you get them wet, you wring them, and you snap them, and there's some sort of agent in there that starts to cool the towel.
Yeah,
To very, very cool temperatures, and then you're able to use that to help cool down the dog. Obviously, you don't want to cool it down too quickly,
great to
but
have.
those do help a little bit in a tight
I was
spots.
definitely looking to get in some of those. I know we had them for my brother when he was in band.
Same principle. Yep.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Well, does anyone else have any questions? Kate, do you have any questions? Do you have anything that you'd like to tell us or answer questions that we did not ask?
I don't have any questions at the moment. I'm willing to answer if anybody else does. Dog show questions, personal questions. I'm an open book, really.
I
Yeah.
see.
When I feel that that's going to make you an exceptional mentor in the long run,
I'm
because
Yep.
excited for the long run, I will say.
I'm excited to see what you've got going on in the long run. I mean, you again, you have a very, very open mind. You want to learn, you want to teach. And a lot of these younger folks, like they're coming in and they're just trying to absorb as much as they can. And they're just trying to get through it to make sure that they evolve. But they don't always right off the bat want to start teaching other people. Sometimes they're just like trying to get all they can and trying to get stable. But you have already gotten to the point where it's like, no, I really want to share all this. I really want
Oh,
to
yeah.
teach. And that's damn. I'm super impressed with that. And Chester's
Yeah.
already just like,
Chester
Kate,
said,
reach out to me when you have a moment tomorrow. I mean, like even he's impressed. And I love that, that you have this community now that that's what we're here for. I mean, you got these people that want to see you grow just as much as we do. I love that. I love that.
yeah. Hey, shout out Daniel Winston real quick too. He actually just got on. Hey, this is the hat that he actually sent me. Man, I appreciate you. White River Monster Bullies, man, thank you so much. Came in perfect time. Just wanted to give him a shout out for that. But yeah, Chester
Send it,
said hit him
send it
up
by to the
tomorrow if you
Bruce.
have time. Amanda, let me have this moment, please. Let's not make it about Bruce.
Poor Amanda tonight. You bully her.
Oh, don't you feel bad for
He
me.
always do
You'll
that.
get
He
his.
always do that.
Oh my God. You don't understand the private conversation. She just thrashes me. Like she puts me down. It's honestly, it's terrible.
I just so anybody
Me
that's
too.
tuning in for the first time,
Duck.
we may do this, but like there's we have such a our group, our crew, we love each other immensely, and yeah, we may joke with each other, but it's all in good fun. We definitely love each other.
That's my dog, whether I like to admit it or not.
Not him, not that guy.
Yes, but Amanda, if you want to ask her the one of the final
Oh,
questions,
oh
I'd
yeah.
like to listen to what she got to say on this.
Definitely, definitely. How we kind of like to round everything out and make sure that the impact is felt is we like to ask you if someone's getting into the game for the first time, they come to you and they say, "Man, what do I need to know? What can I do? Like, what would you recommend? How do I start this? What would you say?"
Every lose you take, it's going to be a lesson. Every win you take, it's going to be a lesson. You can never stop learning now. I've fallen over dogs. I've broken up dog fights before. I've saved dogs from dying. Every single thing in this dog game, you got to take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a lesson. Because all you see on Facebook and social media these days are just people arguing back and forth. But when you go to dog shows, it's so much more than these people arguing back and forth. It's like a family. Don't be afraid to go up to a random person and be like, how did you do that? What kind of showbiz
Yeah,
do you have? You need to learn every single little thing because in the beginning, we're all new people. I'm still asking people new questions. Just at the end of the day, everything's going to be a lesson, every win, every lose. So the moment you make a best in show, and then even from that, you're still going to lose because judges like different things. You just got to go with it.
Yep, that's right.
love it.
And you were wise beyond your years. I don't think you even understand that. No, this man, I have really, really enjoyed having you on tonight. You again, you're wise, and it's so shocking that you're still so young and not even necessarily relatively new to this, but you're still developing, and it just feels like you're so much further along, mentally and emotionally than even I am. It's like wild to me. I'm so
Definitely,
proud of so
Very
definitely.
impressed. Very
Thank you.
impressed.
Thank you.
very, very proud of you. Okay, very, very, very proud of you. And it's an honor to know you. And I'm, again, very grateful that you took the time to come on tonight.
I appreciate
Because
you guys
that
having
small
me
little
on as
interview
well.
we did at Pull Up or Shut Up was not enough.
Yeah,
This was wonderful.
excellent live, very informative. Keep your foot on the gas, Kate. You're going places that very few will go. Keep
Right.
doing
Thank
that.
you guys so much. I've had fun just talking about my passion and everything, going with it.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Well, we hope to see you again very, very soon at whatever show we can, any show that we can. I know that we'll definitely see you at the next Pull Up or Shut Up that Stuart and Sean are
And
putting
Hopefully,
on.
October
parking goes a
11th,
lot better. Getting into that show was crazy.
there was
All of the
busy.
graduations and
So,
all.
we had a
Hey,
blast. So definitely looking forward to
exceptional
doing
show,
that.
exceptional complex. It's just so busy right there. You
Oh,
got
yeah.
Six
Mhm.
Flags right across the street. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and
We'll
then
be back next
an
year.
event center that's just so busy, and it's during graduation time. So obviously, while it presents its challenges, man, that went off very, very well. I feel like crowd wise, it was great. Meeting new people was great because that was outside of the territory we typically go to. So marketing wise, man, networking wise, we got to meet some cool people,
yeah, we
yourself
did.
especially. So I mean, man, we would never have gotten to even know you a little bit, let alone now quite a bit, without having gone there. So I definitely look forward to seeing you next time, and hopefully it's sooner
Oh, yeah.
the next Pull Up or Shut Up. We would love to have you come down to the show
October
in
11th.
Olympia on October
I would
11th. If you can
love
do
to
that,
come.
that'd be phenomenal. So
Yes.
I would
Hopefully
love to
we'll see
come.
you
Just
there.
thank you guys so much.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah.
Awesome
definitely.
live. Good job, Kate.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And for anybody that is new to this, who kind of tuned in for the first time, we do put this up on our YouTube channel. I'll put the link in the comments and then post a link later. It is all of our lives, and Case will be added. It should be on there within the next hour or so after it's uploaded. So definitely, if you hopped in kind of in the middle and you definitely need to see the first part of this, you need to see the
Yeah,
whole thing. Definitely go back and watch it at your leisure. We would, we would love for you to get to know her as we have, because, wow, we're better for it.
absolutely.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I appreciate you guys having me on once again. I've really enjoyed myself hopping on here.
Definitely
Uh,
pleasures on this side of the table. So we're glad to have you on, and thank you guys for tuning in. Um, Kate Walker, if you guys, get to know her a little bit more on Facebook, and obviously, Miss Kate, you've got a couple people that are very, very interested in, getting with you later, Chester and Cece, like it's definitely great mentors to get involved with. So we look forward to watching you continue to evolve and, on your journey.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. If anybody has any questions, just feel free to message me.
awesome.
All
Okay.
right. Well, you guys
All
have a
All
right.
right,
great rest of your
guys.
night, and
You too.
Next week,
I'm
same time,
excited.
same place. We'll see y'all
Yep,
then.
absolutely.
Good
All
night,
right, guys.
guys.
Have a great
Good night.
Peace. All right.
night.